Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, we're going to talk to you about what some good practice that we use to stop poor money spending habits. So if you're new to our channel, I usually talk about when it comes to personal finance, our journey in order for us to achieve FIRE and anything in between. So number one goes to, unfortunately, the boring bit. This is not in any order by any means, but creating a budget. I'm sure you've heard this over and over again in any personal finance books or channel that you really do need to create a budget. Without having a written budget, you have no idea where your money going. With having somewhat a budget, you kind of have predefined what is it that you're trying to achieve. For example, we're going on a holiday for in the next week or so. Now, throughout that time, if we didn't write down what is our activity and how much is this particular holiday going to cost us, it's probably going to go out of it's beyond our limit. So instead of that, we always write down on a budget on what is it that we're going to be doing and what is it that you're trying to achieve. So the next one would be visualizing what you are saving for. For us, our journey comes to being able to have, let's say, comfortable living. I visualize that we have enough dividends and other income out there that are able to afford our lifestyle expenses within the next 5 years or less. Simplified version of this would be like, what is it that you're trying to save for? For example, if you're thinking of saving up a car, how much money you can save per week, per month, and how long is it going to take you? So for me, visualizing that alone, it helps a lot. This channel is actually part of those, I guess, vision board in a sense on what we're trying to achieve when it comes to personal finance. The next one, always shop with a list. I cannot stress you enough on this. For example, yesterday alone, when we went to the movies, after we went to the movies, we went to do some grocery shopping. Now, because we didn't have a list on physical item that we actually going to need, ended up going beyond. We ended up going every single aisle. Before you know it, a couple of $100 down the track on our grocery shopping go out beyond than what we are expecting to use. Next one will be use non-brand names. Like for example, you know what the brand names of certain products or services that you're using. And if you can actually substitute that to non-brand names and with the similar, I guess the similar result, then by all means use the non-brand names because that helps a lot. Sometimes it can save you quite a substantial amount when it comes to shopping around. My wife does this a lot, do meal prep. So when we buy a lot of stuff, especially when it comes to Costco, we kind of understand what we have in our freezer, fridge, and we tend to meal prep according to what we actually have. This way is actually a lot more easier, especially if you have a family. For us, with 4 mouths to feed or so, sometimes everyone eating the same thing for lunch and eating the same thing for dinner. And then if we have leftover, that would be the next day lunch. That will help out a little bit. Then another one would be consider cash or non-store shopping. So what it means is that if you're physically using cash, you have this hurt factor of heading out the money of, let's say, $20 or so to buy a cup of coffee, and that's going to cost you, let's assume, about $5. There's this hurt factor where that 20 coming back becomes 15. Psychologically in your brain, it's like, oh, ouch, that $5 gone, and now I have less money. Our children went going through this because they haven't actually used the physical card just yet, and hopefully that is actually embedded in their system that when you use money, you lose that money, and you're never gonna get that back. And whereas with a physical card, like a store card or Apple Pay or your phone, your physical credit card, another example, you're just handing out a card and the card is getting back to you. So you don't feel like you're losing any money until you see your credit card balance or so, or you go to your bank account. So yeah, that's to me, I feel like one of the biggest power when it comes to using cash. Think reusable. My wife and I try to do this all the time. When we buy a certain product, we try to use it over and over again. Drinking water bottle, for example, or if not drinking cups. And that is very, very money saving, let's say. Because I didn't know this, but a vending machine can cost you roughly about $4 to $5 for just a 600 ml of, I guess, drinks, where you can just get ice on your water bottle and that have the same result. The other thing would be bringing lunch at home, from home. That is save you, it will save you a lot of money. On these days, on the typical eating out, I think it's roughly about $15 to $20 or so. And I was quite stumped. I was having lunch with my friends, with my colleague in the city at one stage, just trying out different things, a different restaurant. And yeah, I was quite amazed how expensive it is because I haven't actually eaten out for a long time. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents, guys, based on my experience and some good practices that we use in order for us to stop the poor spending habits. If you like this type of content, guys, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and I will see you on the next video.